It's fucking always default. There, like, it should work now, maybe. I don't know. Do I have to keep, like, re-engaging my filters so that way it actually works? I don't know. Maybe. But yeah, I'm gonna be playing some genshin. I'm gonna be blitzing through the French area, trying to get enough gems so I can get the Archon, because I already got 3. I don't have Venti, but might as well try to get the other one. And yeah, I wasted $12 on a different gacha game because I was like, I'm not gonna get any more gems if I don't get this. It's gonna disappear, and at least I will only have one more unit to try to get when it reruns. And so I wasted it. I got the one unit that's pretty much the only one that's needed, but I wanted all of them. But no, luck wasn't on my side. It never is. I wanted luck to be on my side, but no, just told me to screw off. Yeah, Genshin is in the background, verifying file integrity. And, well, now I'm just here, talking about what's going on, talking about anything. I don't know. I need to fix my VTuber model. It's not mine, but it's something to go off of, a basis to at least start. I've been streaming for like a year or so, and nothing has changed. That's the sad thing about it, because, well, I've seen so many others who are like new to this, and they seem to change quite a lot. They seem to grow quite a lot faster than I can. Just pretty much confirms my jaded self about the truth of this whole thing. As in, I think I would be a lot more successful if I showed my face. Heck, I would probably be even more successful if I just worked on my voice. Worked on it more, made it more deep, more sensual. It's just fucking too tiring, to be honest. Too tiring to talk 90% of the time. Because I have nothing goes on in my life. I'm just here, hoping and praying that at least something happens in my life. But no, it usually doesn't, because, well, the things that make happen in your life, you have to be the one that has to go and make them. And I haven't done shit, mainly because I don't care about anyone. I just stopped caring. I stopped giving a damn. And streaming is the only thing I have ever done, like, consistently. At least consistently as much as the next guy. You could see it on the YouTube VOD channel. Most of my streams are saved there. And since I'm such a small streamer, of course I went down under the radar of Twitch before they even had the rule of letting you restream now. You could just go in there in the VODs and probably see my progression. It probably hasn't changed a lot, to be honest with you. Mainly because I don't know how to grow an audience. I don't want to use TikTok because, well, TikTok is gonna just swipe my info like crazy, and I don't want that. At least Facebook does it subtly and not completely in your face, because, well, TikTok is more in your face than anything. I love the Genshin background music, or whatever. All I know is if I continue screaming in the void, nothing will happen, but whatever. I'll just keep screaming in the void. There's nothing more I can do. Mainly because I don't have motivation to actually just continue creating stuff because I know no one's gonna watch it. If I know no one's gonna watch it, why should I care? Why should I bother? I should just do what I like, and it's just turn on stream, play game, and leave. That's it. That's all I, to be honest, want to do. Even in this hobby. It's a hobby, of course, not a true thing. Like some people were able to actually get out of working and actually have this as their career. I know I can't because I'm not popular. Heck, I'm not even good with my Spanish to even try to do a Spanish version of this. Because as you see in my viewers, there's only one little nothing, which is me. Well, there she is. As I try to not make that, but whatever. Might as well go to the game already. If I could get the media source to do it. Cyberpunk. Shit. There we go. Actually can capture it.
Why don't we make the most of it? Let's take a walk around my...
Yeah, what if I don't want to? Okay, might as well do the French story. I don't get it. I really don't get how to. Is it even audio is even good? I don't know, maybe it is. No. Control type, audio, Bing. Beefus. Fucking go where? Is it down here? No, it's not down there. Too bad they don't get the French fucking. I do believe Fontaine is French. At least that's what I believe. Well, whatever. Okay, here I am.
After crossing all that sand and water, we finally made it! Oh, this must be Fontaine's port! Wow.
Oh, fuck off, you stupid bug.
So advanced in Fontaine! Paimon's heard that
hate
the industry here is
the stupid stink bug problem I have in
and there
my
are all kinds of unusual machines!
They always seem to just come out of nowhere when the window's even fucking closed. Cunt. Drown in the water bottle that you've been fucking sentenced to. They always appear out of nowhere when I thought, oh, there's nothing here. Now, oh, there's fucking one there. Now I was like, They don't appear for like a whole year and then they come back. It's like, what? Press unexpected.
Seeing the sights as a tourist is nice, but maybe it would be better if we
Oh,
found
my mouse is
something to
okay. I
do.
could just leave my mouse there. Good.
What do you think? Good idea! Nahida gave us loads of useful information. Seeking out the sound
I think it's faster if I
is
just
our best
fucking
source for
use the space
information
bar.
at this point. Yeah, the more we can learn, the better. So,
Yeah, literally,
what do you
space bar
think
is
the
faster.
Hyper Icon's like? Will we get along? Nahida said that she has a very unique personality, whatever that means. nation's people. There seems to be some locals talking over there. Let's go see if we can join the party.
Why that's the thing. I don't understand why butt into other people's conversations.
If you ask me, it's a tragedy how things ended for him. Clearly, he was a pretty decent person.
Yeah, I didn't expect that kind of ending for him. I thought he would at least fight on a little longer for his family. I was expecting a sudden plot twist, but it's a pity that it never happened. Still, his story is quite the tearjerker.
Excuse me. Can I help you two? I couldn't help but notice you standing here listening.
And then there's the cat right over there.
Hi! We're travelers new to Fontaine, and we had something we wanted to ask, but you seem to be really busy talking about some kind of play, so we didn't want to interrupt.
Play? Oh, no. We're talking about something that really happened. In fact, it's a case that was just heard a few days ago.
Really? Like, a real trial? But the way you were talking about it and the words you used just now made it sound like some kind of story.
Well, good tales are often based on true stories, aren't they? And what you see in reality may also be someone deliberately
I'm seriously
putting on an
about
act
to
while
just not
harboring
wear my
ulterior
headphones.
motives.
Fuck it.
Whether
Fuck
something
it, I'm not
is
wearing
true
my
or
headphones.
not
It's
simply
just too
isn't
hot
that
in my
important.
goddamn room.
The main thing is whether the story being acted out on the stage is
The thing is, I won't be able to
splendid
hear
enough.
shit.
Oh, but it looks like
I
you're
won't
not
be able
from
to hear
around
or
here.
see shit.
You probably don't know that the Fontaine Court of Justice is
Hey,
called
who
the
cares?
Opera
There's only one
Epiclese,
person. Me.
or more commonly known as just the
That's the
Opera
one thing.
House.
That's all that matters. Me. Me. You be able to try some sort of opera?
Shouldn't court cases be treated a little
Yeah, because
more
I need to
seriously
find some
than that?
headphones. Except
Not to
the only
question
headphones I have.
Fontaine's way
Oh,
of
it
doing
only
things.
connects to the iPhone.
It's just that
Yeah.
putting someone on trial is usually a very
I always hated
serious
Apple for their
thing.
fucking stupid designs, really.
No worries. Other visitors to Fontaine have
Oh,
wondered the
you
same
can't
thing.
connect it to other
You
phones.
could
Oh, you
say
have to
that
only
we
connect
just
it to
don't
our
want to waste the
devices.
moving
It's not
stories
an
behind
anomaly.
those cases. And as for your worries about whether the cases are
So
treated
yeah, I
with
really
due
can't hear
reverence,
anything
we have
right
the
now.
absolutely just and
since
honorable
my
Chief
headphones are
Justice
off my
moving
head.
it,
So, yeah,
as
whatever.
well as the Oratrice
Easy,
Mécanique
Apple.
d'Analyse Cardinal,
I don't know.
a machine created by the
Might
Archon.
also lean back a
Between
bit.
the machine and the Chief Justice, false charges and injustice are a thing of the past now.
You're a trees? Is it some kind of machine
Ow.
too? Oh,
My
Paimon's
nose.
curious. We should check it out if we get the chance. Wait, Paimon almost forgot to ask you our question. Do you know what we should do if we want to meet the Hydro Archon?
Oh, that's easy. Just go to the Opera House. Lady Farina practically lives there. You could definitely say it's her
Oh,
biggest
Farina.
passion.
That's how she says
Huh.
it. Farina.
I think what they mean is that they wish to speak with the Archon personally. In that case, I'm afraid it's going to be a tad more difficult. You'll have to make an appointment well in advance, and it'll depend on whether or not she has any time slots available.
Huh. Is the Hydro Archon super busy taking care of official stuff? Wait, didn't you say that she's always at the Opera House?
No. Lady Farina seldom takes an interest with the nation's affairs. The reason it's difficult to make an appointment is simply because she's incredibly popular.
That's right.
Incredibly popular.
After all, she is the Archon. Though she may tend to get a little dramatic from time to time, people can't get enough of her.
Huh. First time Paimon's ever heard of an Archon being described that way before. Wait! Paimon gets now! The Hydro Archon is kinda like a big celebrity here, right?
Yeah, I suppose you could say that. Perhaps you could even say our mascot.
Hang on. This is still Fontaine's Archon you're talking about. You should show some more respect.
Yes, you're right. I guess I should at least try to be a little more respectful in front of visitors. Otherwise, I might get arrested and find myself face to face with Monsieur Neuvillette.
Come on. Sure, there's a lot of laws here, but nobody's going to be arrested for saying something disrespectful about the Hydro Archon.
You will be if you're in China.
Alright, I think we get it. Thank you! At least we now know that we can find the Hydro Archon at the Opera House. But who knows how long making an appointment will take? Guess we could have have a look around the city in the meantime. Hey! What are you looking over there for?
He's been standing over there.
Maybe something's the matter. She isn't going to jump into the water, is she? Maybe we better go check on her.
I like how you think the water is deep. It's not really that deep. Let me fucking move. Question mark.
Hello there. Excuse me. Are you alright?
Huh? I'm fine. Thanks.
Oh, okay then. We just noticed that you seem to be worried about something.
About many things, actually. But there's nothing I can do but just keep my troubles to myself. I was just reminiscing about a place my brother and I would play when we were kids. It was just atop that hill over there.
You're pointing at the sea. Wait, are you saying that you and your brother lived in the water?
No, people call the waters around Fontaine a sea. It's actually just an inland lake that's filled with fresh water. And no, I can still see that hill clearly in my memories. Now, it's been completely submerged. He would skip and jump, tossing sand in the wind. The sun shone brightly, and the air was filled with the scent of the sea. But now, the water is gradually swallowing our memories. It won't be long before it swallows us.
Oh, wow.
Sorry. Paimon doesn't really get what you mean.
I don't believe we've had the pleasure of meeting. Are you Lynette's new friends?
Oh, and you are?
Thanks for looking after my sister.
Fucking
She
cat
often
bad
comes
thing.
here to reminisce about our childhood, that's all. There's no need for any concern. Allow me to introduce myself.
Because I mainly want to go
I'm
through.
Linny, and this
Mainly
is
want
my
to go through
sister
everything so I can
Lynette.
get
If I had
wishes.
to guess, I'd say you must be travelers from abroad.
Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. We just arrived in Fontaine.
Paimon is Paimon.
We
I
were
always
just
hate that she
talking
says
with
it like
your
I'm just a,
sister.
like she doesn't even know what she is.
Even though we didn't really get what
Exactly.
she was saying.
I see. It's unusual for Lynette to be so willing to talk with anyone. In fact, she seldom speaks at all. I'm usually the only one she ever talks to.
Oh, really? Then you two are just like us. Paimon's always the one talking for some reason.
I was there for some reason.
So that's how you think it is?
Yes.
I also think my brother can be too talkative at times.
Seems you were right, Paimon. We are quite similar.
So, what did Lynette mean just now when she said that the water is engulfing your memories? And that it won't be long before
I'm still
it
gonna get
engulfs
tired
you
and bored
too.
playing fucking Genshin if I finish the story. But whatever.
It's from a prophecy that's been circulating in Fontaine for some time now. Well, I suppose prophecy isn't exactly the right word, because that implies a certain amount of uncertainty. There's no doubt about what's happening in Fontaine now.
No, what's happening?
Where to begin? Let's put that question on hold for a moment. We still haven't formally greeted each other yet, have we?
Did all the introductions
Pretty
earlier
sure
not
he's
count?
Lynette is like pretty much
Hello, traveler.
Lenny is pretty much Lenny, Nani, I don't know. He's pretty much just fire Ganyu.
And hello, Paimon.
Hey! Why didn't Paimon get a handshake? You're not poking fun at Paimon, are you?
Please, don't take offense. Just consider it a sort of etiquette we have here in Fontaine when making new friends. You should remember it. It might prove useful.
Oh, all right then. By the way, we were just
Keep
getting
skipping
ready to
too
go to the
fast 'cause
Opera
I'm
House
like,
to meet the Hyper Archon. Would you be
so
able
much
to show
words.
us the way?
So much words to listen to.
So you're going to see Lady Farina? No problem at all. In fact, I was planning to go to the Opera House later myself. I'll gladly take you once I finish things here. Please, follow me.
Wow. Fucking. Yeah, because once if I do hopefully get her, I'll just add her to this team.
You said you were going to see Lady Farina? Well, it seems Lady Farina has come to see you.
I'm pretty sure this is French inspired, maybe. Mondstadt was Germany, Inazuma was Japan, Liyue was China. I'm pretty sure this is French. Especially with the
So, she's the Hydro Archon?
xylophone? I don't know.
How did you know we were
Not Italy,
looking for
maybe.
her?
My dear people, rich and poor, those with cup in hand and those with nothing at all, raise your glasses in celebration. If you don't have one, then just raise your hand in lieu.
Skip.
As you can all see, two
Stiff
unfamiliar
animations on
travelers
her.
have arrived in our nation. Come, let us make a toast in honor of this traveler and her companion who have journeyed here from distant lands.
It literally just crossed the sand and just went here.
Is she talking about us?
Nobody seems to be holding a glass.
I've long heard of the turmoil and chaos you've left in your wake as you visited other nations, but I welcome you nevertheless. No, I have come to receive you personally.
The heck? What do you mean turmoil? They were already in turmoil. It's just us finally liberating themselves from themselves and fixing some of their turmoil.
Fear is for insignificant cowards. I am a god, and I will never entertain the notion of such meaningless wariness. You can be rest assured, I see clearly your sincerity. Of course,
Why
seeking an
does it look
audience
like
with
low
me
texture?
is the most sensible thing
Looks
to do.
low textured up close
It will
more
allow you to
than
truly
look at the fucking
behold my
icon right there.
power
It's like
and
what?
witness my authority. Intelligent people always gather under the correct banner.
Not really.
I, Fosalor, hereby welcome you to the nation of Hydro and acknowledge the value and significance of your trip. Now, you may rejoice in this.
Yeah. Paimon still can't believe it. Feels like we've only been here for a few minutes. But the Hydro Archon's entrance was, how should Paimon describe it? A little over the top? Miss Hydro Archon? How did you know we were coming?
I see. As Outlanders, you inevitably lack even some of the most basic understanding. Don't forget that even the gods can be divided into the mediocre and the excellent.
You're just a
I
brat.
suppose it's only natural for you to
Fucking
be
no.
awestruck by my abilities. You
Too
had
long,
best
lips
stop
no
and
move.
Consider. Do you really have the noble qualities and etiquette necessary to communicate with a god? All it takes is a flick of my finger for me to know everything about you.
It was
Oh,
that guy.
talk about sounding high and mighty.
Because she can't get over herself.
Oh? What's with these looks? Perhaps the welcoming ceremony still isn't enough? What else should I say then?
Is she waiting for us to start talking?
Wow, I didn't expect to see Lady Farina here. What a surprise! Wait, does this mean they're the legendary blonde traveler? How did I not notice before?
They're the legendary blonde
What's all the
traveler.
commotion? Oh, is that Lady Farina? Is there some kind of drama going on?
Of course. That's the blonde traveler. The one all those stories are about. Lady Farina came here to personally see her. Oh, I bet this is going to be the duel of the century.
Ooh, I've got to see this. I knew Lady Farina would never disappoint.
I'm pretty sure the data that Nikita
Yes,
put into
but
Traveler
don't get
is
too
still in there.
excited now. My dear believers and spectators alike tend to get quite rowdy, and despite the noise, I've come to tolerate all their ruckus. You may consider this my reward to all of you. I have determined that there will be an epic duel between myself and this traveler from another land, just as you were hoping to see.
Fucking the lip curled like a cat.
To fight? Aren't we getting a little ahead of ourselves?
Fighting gods, I got a resume. That's the thing. Fighting gods, I got a resume. Fighting gods.
Are you not afraid? Might I remind you that this is a duel against the divine?
I mean that you're not here.
What are you trying to do, Traveler? Provoking a god in front of her people?
Yes.
Stand down, Clorend. I admire her bravery. Few have the courage to draw their sword against a god.
I mean, this traveler
She is
fought the Inazuma
obviously
god.
a true warrior.
Lost, but still won.
Unfortunately, people nowadays only crave to be thrilled, and a mere duel will not slake their thirst for excitement.
Huh. Yeah, she's right. Just a duel wouldn't be all that interesting.
On Araneus, criminals are always requesting duels to defend their honor. They're getting a bit old, to tell the truth.
You see. Then, as the god of justice, I shall face this traveler in another kind of duel. A duel in court!
Whoa, all right!
Fighting
Now
Phoenix
that'll
Wright.
be worth seeing.
Right, this is Fontaine.
I'm pretty sure
after
there's a
all.
Phoenix Wright
Such
like
a grand opera
thing
house.
inside
It'd be a pity
Fontaine,
not to use
Fontaine
it.
somewhere.
Why do you care so much about the crowd's reactions? Seems you've spent a little too much time in the opera house. Besides, how exactly do you plan to have a duel in court? You mean you're going to put us on trial?
We literally just arrived here.
Oh, we have reason to put you on trial. It's obvious, isn't it? According to Fontaine
Obvious.
law, no one is permitted to release any flying objects within Fontaine city limits during the first 3 days of each month. You are clearly guilty
Floating.
of violating
They're not releasing,
this
she's
law,
right there
no?
next to the person.
Oh, so that's what they've done wrong. That's our Lady Farina. No one knows the laws of Fontaine like she does.
You call that obvious? What kind of law is that? Wait, flying object? You mean Paimon?
Precisely. Now, if you two have no
It's not an object, it's a being, but
then, in the
whatever.
name of the Hydro Archon, I order your arrest.
My apologies, Lady Farina. I don't mean to spoil the fun. But if you would allow me to interject, I don't think that Paimon here meets the definition of a flying object.
You tell her, Linny! Finally someone who's not crazy. How could anyone call Paimon a flying object?
Ah,
Not an object, but a
great
being.
Magician Linny, my beloved citizen. I'll permit you to object. But how exactly do you plan to prove your claim?
Well, it's a being.
As a magician who just rained on your parade, I naturally should shoulder the responsibility of saving the show. So, with such an audience gathered here, allow me to perform a trick for everyone.
Ta-da!
What's that on Paimon's back? Hey, when did Linny do that?
Lenny patted you on the back.
There. As you can all clearly see, Paimon should be classified as, well, something like a balloon. This rope has been in the Traveler's hand all along. It was just that no one could see it before.
You call that magic? You've got to be joking.
I thought it was pretty good. Nice one.
Huh. I'm not sure what to think. It seems Lady Farina's charges no longer hold water.
No longer hold water. Get it? Because they're all water everywhere.
Amusing. Very amusing, Linny. Just the sort of unexpected twist that I enjoy. With you here, today's performance can finally be called complete.
Performance? You see all this as a performance?
In which case, consider the matter of your trial resolved. The god of justice will not bring charges against an innocent person.
Are you sure about that?
When there are valid grounds, I will not only judge travelers from abroad, but even the gods of other lands. I look forward to seeing your upcoming
even though
performance at the Opera House.
Some
Mr.
gods of other
Linny
lands are a
and
lot
Miss
more
Lynette.
stronger than you, so they don't
That's
really
enough
have
for
to
now.
follow
Toodaloo.
your laws. They have to follow your laws if they're stronger. So.
And just like that, she's gone. Well, that's the most unpredictable Archon Paimon's ever seen. We never even had a chance to ask her anything. But that's a problem for future Paimon. That whole scene just now was really...
Don't mention it.
Ugh.
I just happened to remember that there was such a law, so I did a little preparation, just in case. I didn't think it would actually come in handy. So, now do you see what kind of god Lady Farina is?
She
Full of
can
herself?
be a bit confusing at times, but she is still amenable to reason.
Is she really that reasonable?
Paimon had no idea you were a magician, Linny. It sounded like you'll be performing at the Opera House, right?
I just know a few simple tricks I use to make a living. Lynette is my assistant. It will actually be my first time performing on the most prestigious stage in Fontaine, the Opera House.
But isn't the Opera House where criminal trials are held in Fontaine?
When there are no public trials being held, the Opera House hosts a variety of other performances.
That crest has like
To the people of Fontaine, the line between a trial and a performance
water
can be a little
effect
blurred.
on it.
And speaking of performances, I would be remiss to forego this opportunity gifted by fate. Might I invite the two of you to see my performance?
My brother's always excited to make new friends.
Oh, sure. We don't really have anything to do now, and we wanted to go to the Opera House anyway.
Splendid. In that case, why don't we go together? I'll show you the way.
It's already
I just
30
have
minutes.
something to take
Well,
care of
20
first.
technically.
You really mean it? Then I'll take you up on your offer. This is a magical item known as a magic pocket. Perhaps you can help me distribute them to the people here.
Huh?
Just a bag.
What are they going to use it for?
About that... You asked me before about the prophecy, right? Let me start by telling you a little more about what it entails. I'm not sure exactly
Like
when
there's
it
like so
began,
much dialogue.
but
I'm
a
just trying to
prophecy has
get
been
through it.
circulating around Fontaine. It says that every person in Fontaine is born with sin. No matter how the nation of justice holds trial after trial, this sin cannot be absolved. Until one day, the water levels in Fontaine will rise, and the sinful people will slowly be drowned. In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain, weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away.
That sounds pretty
Oh,
gloomy.
wow.
Why are people in Fontaine born with sin? What is that supposed to mean?
There are lots of guesses. Some say that the ancestors of Fontaine stole the power of the seas and stirred its wrath. Others say that the people of Fontaine never heeded the first Hydro Archon's warnings and offended Celestia.
That's most
But
likely
here
the
in
case.
Fontaine, evidence
Celestia
is
is a
what matters.
fucking
There hasn't
vengeful
been
motherfucker.
concrete evidence for any of these claims, so they can only be regarded as conjecture.
If even the people in Fontaine don't know what sin they committed, wouldn't it be better just to ignore the prophecy completely? Why bother feeling guilty all the time?
That's exactly what the people did at first. But in the last few years, the water levels in Fontaine have actually started rising.
Many places have already been completely submerged, and now lie beneath the sea.
Many people carry on with their lives as before and shrug it off as a natural phenomenon. But my family and I think that the people of Fontaine shouldn't ignore the possibility, which would end up sentencing them to death. We hope that at least the people who reside near the waterfront can move away before it's too late. So, we've started distributing magic pockets to them. As a magical item, these magic pockets have astonishing capacity. I'm sure they will come in handy when people are moving their belongings.
Oh, Paimon gets it! It's like preparing for a rainy day! But this is more than a bit of rain.
Perhaps only absolute power could ever contend with such a catastrophe. But who knows? We're just tiny specks in the grand scheme of things. Now, if
Well,
you'd
you are
like
the
to
traveler,
help,
isn't?
then please give these magic
Traveler's
pockets
like a
to
giant
anyone
smear.
nearby. Be sure to convince them to take
like any
it,
other.
regardless of what they say.
Just like any other Outlander, Outroller, Descender, whatever. I don't know if you could hear that, but dog barking.
What's this? So you also believe in the prophecy. Keep it. I won't have any use for it.
What? You mean...
No, I believe in the prophecy. But I also believe in another story. The story says that people once lived in the ocean. They were one with the ocean and couldn't live apart from it. But as time wore on, people desired to live on land and developed blood vessels, encapsulating the sea within their bodies. Thus could people set foot on land. So, if you ask me, when the water rises and takes us all, it'll be like we're going home.
Oh.
Like we're going
I've heard
home.
that one before. But
Now you'll be dissolved.
people can't live underwater. They'll die. You should probably still take it.
All right, I'll take it. I guess I just feel that being dissolved into the water doesn't necessarily mean death.
Or you'll become a little water sponge or something, floating in the ocean.
So you're the blonde traveler that everyone's been talking about. My apologies for not recognizing you earlier.
Ow. Here you go back. Here's a bottomless-ish bag.
A magic pocket? Seems you really thought of everything. I guess it's better to prepare for the worst and hope for the best. Thanks. Please, also thank the magician on my...
On his behalf. Wait.
Huh? I don't want that thing. Way I see it, if the prophecy's true, it's still gonna be a long time before the water can cover everything.
Oh no, it won't be.
Life is
Once
all
the traveler's
about
here, it's gonna
living in the
fucking...
moment.
It's gonna go
What
faster.
use is there in worrying about the future all the time? We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
You should still take it. You never know when it'll come in handy.
Oh, all right, fine. Thanks.
They mostly give in
It's
because
just
it's
that
free stuff.
If I start moving,
A free
that
bag
means
that's able
I've
to
already
hold so
given
much
up
shit.
on the life I have now.
Why should you not
really
take it?
rather not.
Why should you not take it? It's a free bag.
Oh, you already handed out all of the
The
magic
fucking light
pockets?
just disappeared.
That was fast. So, what did people have to say? I bet you heard some, interesting opinions. Yes, but that will change once disaster strikes. I know they'll change their minds, so it's only right to help them prepare.
Is there anything else you need to do before we leave?
Yes, one last thing. I have the magic pockets made by a workshop in the court of Fontaine. Since we're out and about, I was thinking about bringing him some more materials.
So, you want to collect materials? Just tell us what the materials look like and we'll help. Many hands make light work.
Oh, that would be much appreciated.
Many hands
We'll
make
need
light
some
work,
maritime
as you're the only one
flowers.
doing the
I remember
work.
seeing them near the waterfront on the east side of the harbor.
I can where?
It seems we have to use Hydro to collect for maritime flowers.
God damn it. Ah. I have to change back to my original, which is Kokomi.
All is accounted for. Let's move out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this place is French.
You made quick work of that. I can tell you're an experienced traveler. I've also finished collecting a few here. Maybe next time you'll feel like helping too, Lynette.
No way. I'm in power saving mode today. Otherwise, I fear I may not have any energy left for the performance at the Opera House.
Fine. Though the performance is still a long way off. Now that we're finished here, we should get ready to
I'm
head
in
back to
power
the Court of
saving mode.
Fontaine.
Fucking
So,
power
we're
saving
going to the
mode,
Court of
my.
Fontaine before we head to the Opera House?
Well, she is a cat.
Paimon wants a tour of
She's a cat, so.
largest
Yeah.
city and try...
Wait, shh. Have you noticed that person over there? The young girl.
No.
What's wrong with her?
I haven't
I
noticed
didn't
she.
She's obviously a thief. Magicians and thieves practice similar methods. We divert attention, and a distracted audience is one that won't watch her movements.
Pickpocket.
Oh, he's right!
Shh, keep your voice down. We need to think of a way to catch her, but it seems she's very alert. Perhaps we should split up. You two can ride the lift over there and wait up top. I bet that'll be her escape route if she tries. All right, let's go.
I am too impatient. I just want to get food to get gems and wishes. Actually, how much wishes do I even have? Me. No, I already got this. I already got that. I need to continue on with this. No, yeah, there's also this. And yeah, having to get through this, that, and that. It's just books and that. So I can...
Tea leaf. Only those who sample...
0. That's all I have.
Many times can appreciate
Oh,
its
well.
true qualities.
If I could just at least get
A
her,
blade embraces
and
its
that's it.
duty, as a jeweler cherishes their gems.
If I could just get her, I should be fine. And it is so fucking long. I fucking... There, goddamn.
Wait.
There she is.
Oh, look! Isn't that her? Oh no! Did she notice us? She started running the other direction! What should we do? Should we chase her?
My job is to block this
You're
path.
right. She might also be trying to lure us away.
You wait, but there's no sign of thief.
Nothing's happened for a while now. Paimon wonders if Lenny caught the thief. Yeah, let's go.
Yes.
Are you sure that's all she took? You should check to make sure you're not missing anything else.
No, that was all. Oh, I can't thank you enough. I didn't notice a thing earlier. Anyway, I should be going now. Thanks
There's
again.
a tree. There's a tree I
Were
restored.
you returning what the thief had stolen?
That's right. Pity I wasn't able to catch her. She distracted me by dropping the thing she stole on the ground. By the time I looked back, she was already gone.
I saw the general direction she went, but Lenny twisted his ankle, and I needed to make sure he was okay.
Oh, did you get
Twisted
hurt,
ankle.
Lenny?
I'll be all right. It's just a twisted ankle, that's all.
If you want to play at being a hero, at least try not to get hurt doing it. Imagine what would happen if you managed to derail our performance as a result.
You're right, you're right. Sorry, Lynette. I have to admit that the thief was even more skilled than I had anticipated. But at least we were able to get the stolen items back, so it wasn't a complete failure.
It was.
Slippery little thief. Guess things turned out all right in the end, though. Lenny's initiative paid off.
All right, let's put this little detour behind us. We should go to the Court of Fontaine now.
Man, this is gonna take so long, isn't it? So much longer than I expected. It's already almost an hour, goddamn. So slow, too.
So, we ride this thing to go into the city? What an ingenious way to get around. People in Fontaine really know how to use water.
This is an aquabus. It allows people to travel between several key locations around Fontaine. It's pretty convenient, but the ride can become a little dull after a while. The scenery is always the same. That's why it's better to travel with friends.
So you mean it's still boring even when I'm riding with you?
Yes.
No, that's not what I meant. It's just that, well, you don't really talk that much. Besides, it doesn't really feel like a real trip when it's just the two of us. It's the same as being at home.
Whatever.
Guess that's what it's like to be an older brother.
It's about time for us to leave. Let's get on board.
Fucking me. And
Oh, excuse me! Aren't you the great magician Linny? And his assistant Lynette?
Hello. I don't believe we've...
huh. But yeah, I'm convinced it's
I'm
French.
Charlotte, a reporter for the Steambird.
Nice to meet you. From the Steambird, huh? We've often relied on your paper to promote our performances.
It's an honor to meet you.
Wait, could that be the legendary traveler who's been making headline after headline in their journey across Tibet?
I guess you could say that.
Amazing! You recognized everybody almost immediately!
I wouldn't be much of a reporter if I didn't know who's who, would I? Wow, today must be my day.
Kind of hate reporters,
Who
though.
knew I would end up on the same boat as so many VIPs? Could my vision finally be showing me some favor?
So, Charlotte, what do you usually report on?
Well, when there isn't any breaking news, I mainly cover the trials at the Opera House. You can still manage to keep readers' attention as long as you tell things from a clever enough angle, even if it's the same old topics. For example, reporting on how a scammer
Her eyes are nice,
deceived
though.
vulnerable girls into relationships, or how a financial criminal was once so poor that they ate a single piece of bread for 5 days. That's fine and all, but what I'm really after is exclusive, sensational news pieces that could shake the country. These smaller stories are a waste of my talents.
Or a waste of my talents.
Just remembered.
Are you
I've
sure
been
about
following a case lately. Well, a series of cases, actually.
You mean the serial disappearances of young women case?
That's right! These stories are the talk of the town right now, and it's probably the most mysterious case we've ever seen. If I'm the first with a draft ready to publish when the case is finally cracked, and it's the headline story in the Steambird, oh, when that happens, I bet all the other reporters will shed tears of envy. I've already gathered all kinds of materials. I just can't wait for the truth to be revealed.
So, what is the serial disappearances of young women case? You mean the culprit hasn't been found?
That's right. The first missing girl case happened almost 20 years ago.
Damn.
And ever since, after a period of time, another girl disappears. What the cases have in common is that the girls are all of a similar age, and that they've all vanished without a trace. But the scariest part is that to this day, none of the girls have ever been found. Many suspects have been arrested over the years in connection with this case, but shortly after each arrest, another disappearance would always happen. Yes, it's possible. But either way, I believe that every case has some precise truth behind it, waiting to be exposed.
Yes, I agree. And at the very least, the family of those missing girls deserves some sort of explanation. I just imagined for a second what I would do if Lynette were to suddenly disappear.
Oh, you just rose the
I'd pay any
flag.
price to get her back, and then find a way to track down the culprit.
Please don't imagine that, Lenny.
Please don't imagine that. So you just rose the flag. You just rose the flag.
Hey, we're almost there! Look!
Water. So fascinating. Water. You had more water. Is it a mix of France and Italy? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. There's really nothing to add. It's just like, oh, it's French and Italy.
Well, I really enjoyed chatting with you. Life should be full of pleasant little surprises like this.
Yeah, us as well.
Too bad it
The
isn't.
ride went by too quick.
Too bad it isn't. It is for
I have
some,
an
but
interview
not
to
for
get
all.
to. I should get going before I'm late.
Okay, Hyman hopes we can chat again soon, Charlotte. See ya!
Bye now. Oh, be sure to stop by and see me at the Steambird when you have time.
What a tough job. Always running around and interviewing everyone. Well, where should we go now?
If you don't mind, how about we stop by my home first? Besides, I still have all the materials we collected.
Sure, we wouldn't mind at all. This city is so huge, Paimon wouldn't know where to start anyway.
It's just, oh, now we don't have to walk. Right? I don't know what that is. Metal. Metal. Anyway, I can block this. Damn it. I can't block its path. Thought it would be funny. Oh. It's not gonna give me much, even trying to complete that, but whatever.
This is our current abode. Ah, Fremine, you're home. Where
Fremine?
did everyone else go? I have some new friends that I would like to introduce.
Fremine?
Oh, they all just went out a moment ago.
I see.
Fremine.
Everyone is getting busier now that Father will be returning
Fremine.
soon. I suppose that can't be helped. Allow me to introduce you to my little brother, Fremine. He is a phenomenal diver.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon,
Fremine.
and this is the
Fremine.
Traveler. Oh, you
What?
sound very proud to have a diver as a brother, Linny.
Linny, could you come here for a moment?
What is it, Fremine?
Yeah,
Do
it
you
is
have something to
Fremine.
tell me?
What? Fremine? E.T. is silent. Blah 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 blah.
Okay, I see.
Is everything all right?
Oh, it's nothing. We were just discussing a little housework. Sorry for the interruption. Oh, before I forget, the Traveler and I collected more materials to make magic pockets. Were you able to get any, Fremine?
Yes, I went diving and gathered lots of materials.
No, they even put freckles on him.
That's our Fremine, always quick with the underwater work. All right, I'll take these to the workshop.
I'm pretty sure some tragic backstory happened or whatever.
Looks like rain.
Oh, you're right. But wasn't it clear and sunny just a moment ago? Fontaine's weather sure is weird.
I'm afraid that's just how it is here. It often rains on days where there are trials being held in the Opera House, but don't worry, it'll clear up soon enough.
What's wrong, Fremine?
There's a
Fremine.
legend about the rain that I tend to believe. It said that a dragon of water once resided in Fontaine. Though we don't know where the dragon went, every time it weeps, the skies will cloud up and pour out rain. When I was a child, my mother told me that if I wanted to go outside and play, I should yell toward the sky at the top of my lungs, "Hydro Dragon! Hydro Dragon! Don't cry!"
If it's an elemental dragon, then having the power to make it rain wouldn't be very unusual. Let Paimon try something. Hydro Dragon, don't cry!
Doesn't seem to be of any use. It is just a legend after all.
You know, you might be a more popular magician if you understood the concept of romanticism. Or could at least play along.
Okay, at least.
Sorry, it might be because we've never met the Hydro Dragon. Perhaps it can't be comforted by the words of strangers. It rained for longer than I suspected. Oh, it's already getting late.
Was there something you needed to do, Linny?
Yeah, some preparations for the show at the Opera House. I need to find a way to catch the last aqua bus of the day. On the day of the performance, just ride the aqua bus to the island of Araneus. I'll have Lynette meet you at the fountain in front of the Opera House.
Oh, are you leaving now?
What is it, Fremine? I'm in a hurry.
What is it? I'm in a hurry.
I get it. You feel nervous delivering the materials for the magic pockets, is that it? Perhaps we could trouble the Traveler to help us take these materials to the Beaumont workshop and deliver them to the owner there? I'm afraid that Fremine can be quite introverted, and the boss there tends to be pretty talkative. Fremine has always been a little afraid of her.
No trouble at all.
Is it my thing, or does
Sorry for the inconvenience.
does Lenny sound a bit
I'm quite
mean
useless when it comes to
behind
such
those
tasks.
words? I don't know.
I'll think of
He
a way
sounds
to make
mean
it up
behind
to you.
what he's saying.
Oh, no need. This will be a walk in the park for us.
I don't know. That might be just my own thinking. That he sounds mean behind those words.
Hello? Is there anyone here?
Oh, hello there. New customers? Looking to buy, or do you need something made? Or perhaps you're just looking for a chat with me.
Oh, no. We're just here to deliver some materials. Here they are. They're for making...
What's it called again?
What were they called again?
Ah, these must be for magic pockets. I could tell right away. I've already made several orders worth now. No need. They've already prepaid several batches worth. When they told me what they'd be using them for, I even offered them a discount, but they insisted on paying the full amount, saying that I had a business to run. It seems both their hearts and their pockets are made of gold.
Wow. So, is Lenny actually loaded?
I can't say for sure, but
Loaded
who
with the
knows?
Tui money.
Maybe there's good money to be made being a magician in Fontaine.
Hey! Is this machine what you use to make stuff here? It looks really advanced.
Why use your
Wiggling
hands
rock.
when a machine can do the work? It would be a waste not to use the latest technology. And wasting is a kind of crime.
But where does a big machine like that get its power from?
Well, it's a little complicated. I'm not sure I can put it in layman's terms for you. But basically, everything we usually use here in the city is powered by indemnitium. It's a type of energy that's produced from trials.
Huh? How can trials produce energy?
The emotions of humans or beings.
Wow,
Harvesting
I'm
them?
not completely sure of all the
Maybe.
details myself, but basically, when a trial is in session, the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale harvests people's belief in justice and converts it into energy to be
So
used
emotions.
all around Fontaine.
So it uses
That's what
emotion.
its other function is? Paimon heard that the Oratrice was created by the Archon to make judgments. But Paimon still doesn't get it. How could something unreliable like people's beliefs be turned into a stable power source for these machines?
Well, Venti and Nahida said that.
Oh, yeah! So that means the Hydro Archon relies on the machine to take the energy created by belief and turn it into power for all of Fontaine, right?
I wouldn't say
Even though
belief,
I've
but
never heard
emotion,
anyone
pretty
really
much.
put it that way before, it sounds like it makes sense. Besides indemnitium, we have another type of energy called pneumosia. It isn't produced by the power of the Archon, but it is unstable by nature. Even now, it still cannot be widely used by civilians.
I thought I'd find you hard at work, but here you are chatting the day away. Since you're already talking, I'm sure you wouldn't mind a few words with me.
You again? Didn't I already promise you that I'd have the more I owe to Conferrie of Cabriere by next month?
Yeah, but how do we know that you won't go running off by the end of this month? I want 50% today. Wait, no, 70%.
Huh? You...
Seems business isn't so great for the workshop.
Usually here's someone owing someone else
Finished
money.
our job and delivered the materials. Maybe now's a good time to leave?
Hey, hold on. Before you go around trying to collect payments, why don't you settle your own debts first? If Confrere of Cabriere wants to poach clients from Northland Bank, that's fine. But I'm afraid you still owe the bank a hefty sum of mora. So why don't we work things out between us
And yeah, there's
first,
Child.
before you get back to your little conversation here?
You're from Northland Bank. But we said we'll pay everything we owe next month. Why are you hounding me now?
The hound hounding the hound.
Traveler, Paimon! I didn't think I'd run into you here in Fontaine. What are the chances?
We're surprised to see you too. What are you doing here in Fontaine? You didn't want to stay in Snezhnaya?
Long story short,
I don't like him
I've
still.
already been in Fontaine for some time now.
Ever since his
and
introduction, I
honestly,
don't really like him.
Things have been pretty boring.
Because
But
oh,
it
fight.
seems that
Oh, I want to
fate brought our
fight. I want to
paths
die
together
while I'm
today.
fighting.
Not only will I have some good friends here
Okay.
now, but ones who always seem to find trouble. Either way you look at it, it seems things are going to get a lot more interesting now.
Pretty sure we'd want to avoid anything that you'd find interesting. Besides, our trip here has gone pretty well so far. Right, Traveler?
Hey,
I
you,
don't mind a little.
Northland Bank boy. Aren't you forgetting something?
Don't interrupt. It's not often I run into the Traveler like this. Why don't you wait for me over there for a while?
You kidding?
Why did you wait for me over
Aren't
there?
you the one looking for us? You really expect us to sit and twiddle our thumbs while you catch up with your friends? Listen to me, boy. If you want your Mora, fine. Why don't you come and take it?
Hey, I just said not to interrupt. Oh, by the way, Traveler, the last time I took Tonya and Tooser ice fishing, Tooser said,
Hey! That's way over the line! All right, boys, let's see who has to pay up now!
And here comes a
Can you at
cutscene, I
least let me
think.
finish one sentence? Fine. Though the bank told me not to get rough with our clients, you're the ones who started it. This is an act of self-defense. You two will have to be my witnesses, okay?
Go ahead, they're all yours.
I'm sure this won't take long.
So yeah, go ahead. Fucking nothing, no music, no nothing, just...
Brace yourself. This is gonna hurt.
Oh, well. They exploded.
What's your deal, Brad? How are you so strong if you're just a staffer from Snezhnaya's Northland Bank? Wait, don't tell me you're...
Oh, now you notice. It's a little late, don't you think? Just make sure you understand that you don't mess with Northland Bank. Got it? Huh?
His vision is stopped.
Now's my chance!
Like, still without his vision, he's still powerful.
Huh. That was weird.
His vision stopped, that's the thing.
I'm not sure. It's as if I suddenly lost control of my hydro powers when I needed them. Maybe there's something wrong with my vision?
Strange. How could that happen? First time Paimon's ever heard of someone losing control of their vision.
Never mind. It doesn't matter. If I want to stay sharp, I shouldn't be relying too much on my vision anyway. Besides, I always have my delusion in case I need it.
Better not use your delusion too often.
Doing in Fontaine, child. I don't see its work for Northland Bank.
Well, I guess it's because I've been in a bad mood lately.
Huh? What kind of reason is that? Wait, since when do you feel down about anything?
I don't know. Maybe I still have a lot to learn about myself. But recently, there seems to be some sort of restless power stirring inside of me. And I don't know why, but every now and then I feel like I'm in a terrible mood.
Maybe you losing control of your vision just now is connected with that power you're feeling inside.
That is a possibility. I can't remember if I ever mentioned it before, but when I was 14, I fell into some unknown abyss. It was during that time I learned nearly all of my abilities. The one who took me under her wing and taught me was named Skirk. She was always quiet and very mysterious.
Skirk.
Nobody knew where she came from or what she had been through. And she was always very strict when teaching me combat techniques. One time, I asked her why she was willing to take me on as an apprentice. From what I could make of her answer, it was because I had awakened it, and traces of it remained on me.
Traces of Honkai
energy.
energy.
My combat training would be useful in the future.
But what is it?
You awakened Honkai energy. The Honkai energy is trace remnants on you.
But my guess is that it's related to a dream I saw when I had just fallen into that abyss. In my dream, I was in the deepest depths of the sea, and the boundless seabed was all around me. But in front of me appeared a whale that was so massive, I felt like I couldn't breathe.
A whale?
A giant whale.
Familiar! When we fought against you before, you summoned a huge whale that seemed to leap at us. Is that the one?
A recreation.
That's just an abstract form of a whale that I create using my elemental powers. It takes that shape because the scene I dreamt of the whale has always been stuck in my mind. I'll never forget it.
So you used the whale as inspiration for one of your moves? Huh. Seems a little twisted to Paimon. So why don't you just go ask your master? Maybe she knows the answer.
You make it sound so easy. Ever since the incident I experienced there, I've never stopped searching for Master Skirk and that unknown abyss. But it's been years now, and I've still found nothing. There isn't even a trace of the place where I remember falling into the abyss.
Oh,
that's the only thing I find
some
funny.
kind of ghost story.
Skirk.
Yeah, I'm out of leads at this point, but there's nothing more I can do. It seems that strange encounters in this world tend to be elusive like that. Oh, seems the time really flies when I'm talking with you. I just remembered I have somewhere else I need to be, so I should get going.
What? More work for the Northland Bank?
And no, it's more of a personal appointment. Lately, I've been sparring with some of Fontaine's official champion duelists whenever I'm feeling bored.
Official champion duelists? You mean it's their job to duel?
Yep. In Fontaine, before a criminal goes to court, they're given one chance to defend their honor by requesting a duel with an official champion duelist. The champion duelists are all-powerful fighters selected from among the nation's best. And the duel itself is a no-holds-barred fight with no specified stopping point. So engaging in such a duel is regarded as a symbol of defending your honor. If a criminal manages to win the duel, they'll be acquitted. But if they lose, they'll have no choice but to stand trial. And the worst case scenario is that you're simply killed in the duel. Though it's rumored that Fontaine has a death penalty, from what I can tell, no one has ever been officially sentenced to death.
Not yet.
So really, the only people who opt to duel are those who have suffered a grave injustice in being accused, or those who greatly value their honor. Otherwise, why gamble with your life?
So, do many people actually get out of their trials by winning the duel?
Apparently, it's exceedingly rare for anyone to actually win. Fontaine probably enacted this system as a way to show that the nation respects the honor of its citizens. Besides, none of the champion duelists are to be trifled with, which is exactly why I was itching to face them as soon as I got to Fontaine. Apparently, the one I'm meeting today, Clorinde, is the strongest of the champion duelists. I had been asking her for some time before she finally agreed to face me today.
Well, that's child for ya. Paimon feels like we heard that name somewhere before. Clorinde.
Oh, before I forget, I want you to have this.
Huh? Your vision? You're seriously just giving it away?
I'm just worried that it could become uncontrollable again. I'd be pretty upset if it got in the way of my duel, so I think I'll be better off without it for now. Besides, I just need you to hold on to it for a short while. I'll come retrieve it when I have some time later.
Paimon knows what you're up to. You just want an excuse to come talk to us again, don't you?
Whatever gave you that idea? I'll be in touch later.
That sneaky guy.
I'm pretty sure the vision will become more unstable.
Down lately, but he seemed the same as ever to Paimon. Well, since we don't have much to do for now, we might as well walk around and see the city before Lenny's performance.
I don't know, this earlier should be walking around Court of Fontaine. Court of Fontaine.
Wow! Who could have seen that coming? The reporter who was barely around for most of the story was the murderer all along! Sorry. Paimon was just surprised, that's all. Whew. Paimon never saw that twist coming. The murder mystery novels here are amazing!
Actually, you would enjoy reading.
Here in Fontaine are a lot different than the light novels you see from Yai Publishing House. Both have their merits, but Paimon thinks this style of novels are more, well, novel. It's so exciting to reach the moment when the mystery is uncovered, especially in the one Paimon was just reading. You should buy a copy and read it too. Oh,
You already
sorry
spoiled it.
about that. Paimon will be more careful next time. Hey, Shouldn't we be heading to the Opera House to see Linny's performance soon? It's almost time for the show to start, so we should get going.
No, I don't want to.
Said that the Opera House is on Aranias, so let's go ride the Aquabus.
Isn't there like a waypoint that I need to get though? I kind of wish they didn't keep my sprinting restricted. Oh, there's the waypoint. Any more? Nope. I really know what to do. I'm just trying to get to this next marker. And of course running out of stamina. Hello, where should I go? Nope, it's not there. Yeah, so where's the Aquabus? Dog.
Snappity snap, printy printy printy, stackity stack stack stack. Whoa, those two are kind of big deals. Hey, you two! Can I take your picture?
Huh? Does she mean us? Why does she want our picture?
For commercial
Guess we better
news.
get used to the celebrity treatment, huh? Can't blame the fans for wanting a photo of their heroes. But if this is for anything besides your own personal use, then we're legally allowed to charge you. Wait, what would they call it here? An appearance fee? Photo shoot fee?
Absolutely! It's just an honor to be able to photograph the Ace Adventurer duo. How does 1.5 million Mora sound?
Sure, that sounds... Hold up, how much did you say again? 1.5 million? Did Paimon hear that right?
They're both
That's a
insane.
lot of Mora for just one photograph. Maybe a little too much. Are we really worth all that?
You guys are overreacting. This measly 1.5 mil is just the start. If you're interested in working with me as a photographer, you could potentially be taking home anywhere up to 9 figures. Snap some snaps and stack those stacks.
9 figures? That's... wait. Every 1,000 is 3 figures, plus 1 for the 1, so 1 million, that's 7, plus 2 is 10 million? Yeah, this all sounds too crazy even for Paimon to fall for it. What kind of racket are you running here? You planning on flashing a couple of famous faces to con innocent people?
Con innocent people? You took the words right out of my mouth, but you got it back to front. My goal here is to rid Tevat of everyone out there who's trying to con innocent people. Help me out, and there'll be a big bonus in it for you.
Whoa, back up a little. Seems you skipped a couple of steps. How did you get from photography to crime fighting?
Well, it all has to do with an important problem in law enforcement that often gets overlooked. Target recognition. Common sense says that if Gardamex want to fight crime, the first thing they need to do is identify who's a criminal and who isn't, right? But what happens when a Gardamex mistakes an honest citizen for a criminal, or sees someone brandishing a weapon in public but fails to flag them as a potential threat? Then you've got a huge problem. Think of the poor fisherman whose fishing rod gets mistaken for a spear, or the crafty crook who carries around a metal pipe to club his victims with, but dismissed as a regular plumber.
Okay, fair enough. You're kinda making sense now.
Great. Okay, so let's say I disguise myself as a cat, or a dog, or a finch, or a pigeon, or maybe even a blubber beast, because why the heck not? So I'm walking around the city streets like an escaped amusement park employee, and a Gardamex sees me. How do you think it would respond?
Oh, that's cheating! A Gardamex not gonna do anything to some cute little critter. Also, what kind of blubber beast would even want to come to the city anyway?
Bingo! Right answer. Gardamex are incapable of registering cats, dogs, finches, pigeons, and, of course, blubber beasts as potential targets. Their image recognition system actually ignores them completely. It is actually fairly logical if you think about it. Removing all the near-zero risk entities from the target database boosts performance in most situations. But here's a quote from a recent report in the Steambird. Several keen-eyed thieves who noticed a flaw in the Gardamex detection systems disguised themselves as blubber beasts during the commission of their crimes. Completely blind to the would-be blubber beasts, the Gardamex made no attempt to intervene in the thefts committed by the gang.
Wait, so this actually happened? And the Gardamex really didn't catch them? Okay, that's pretty gutsy, but also kinda horrifying. What if they get bored of petty theft and move on to something even worse? They could get away with anything.
Exactly! And that's why we have to fight these criminals in the domain of technology. It's turned into an ongoing tug-of-war between their disguises and our image recognition capabilities. And I, Lapine Pauline, specialist in graph adversarial technology, am determined to do my part towards a crime-free future for Fontaine. Currently, I'm in the process of collecting sample images. Once I have a large enough pool, I'll use that to develop a simple but powerful, and any clockwork mecha installed with this module will instantly be able to recognize people wearing disguises and accurately assess the criminal threat they pose. And, if all goes to plan, the Palais Mermonia will jump at the chance to have these installed on every Gardamex in the city. It's the business opportunity of a lifetime.
Paimon's getting deja vu. Let me guess, you're a homebody researcher who prefers to stick to the city, limiting your potential sample size. And the reason you want to work with us is because we can go out into the wild and help you get all the other photos you need, right?
Wow! Right again! Down to the last detail. It sounds like the Ace Adventurer duo has seen it all before. What do you say? Join my project, become a graph adversarial technology specialist, and together we can expose every costume defender in Fontaine. Crucially, with your help, we can build a solid graph adversarial tech pipeline and take Fontaine's technology and law enforcement capabilities to the next level. Everybody wins!
This does sound like it's for a good cause. Forget tomorrow. We can't stand by and do nothing. There are criminals out there giving blubber beats.
Great! And just like that, welcome to the team. Okay, take this. It's an image recognition sample collector. It contains recording and analysis equipment that I designed myself, and comes complete with a user guide. I've already looked through lots of images from all over to determine the key features of the samples I'd like to collect. All you need to do is work your way through the guide, get the pictures, and bring them back to me. Simple. Let's get this show on the road, everyone. We must win the tug-of-war against evildoers and score some big-ticket orders from the Palais Mermonia.
looking forward to it. Huh. Looks like there's a lot of people standing around the fountain up ahead.
Oh, Archon, please bless us with a bright and healthy child. We pray.
I don't know why you always feel the need to ask so much. I'll be happy as long as our child is healthy and lives a peaceful life.
I guess if they're our kid, then there's no doubt they'll turn out smart.
Maybe this is one of the customs in Fontaine. There sure are a lot of couples here.
Vache.
What's wrong?
Vache. Vache.
No, Paimon didn't say anything. Are you hearing things?
Welcome to the Fountain of Lucine. All the water flowing through Fontaine converges here. It's customary for newlyweds to come here and wish for children.
Lynette! You scared Paimon!
Lenny asked me to wait here for you, remember?
Right.
What do you mean? There are a lot of people here right now.
Hey, you're not trying to scare Paimon, are you? Besides, it's the middle of the day. It's not the time for eerie things.
I see. I might be able to tell you something that could help explain the voice you heard. In fact, you might not be imagining things at all. I suspect that what you heard is a result of your hypersensitivity to the hydro element. Others in my family have had similar experiences.
It's because of her sensitivity to the hydro element? But what would hearing a voice have to do with elemental power?
When do you cry, Paimon?
Wait, what? What does that have to do with anything?
Just answer me. When do you cry?
When Paimon's really sad? Oh, and when Paimon's super happy. Oh, and also when Paimon's really, really scared.
Then you should understand that tears contain your most intense emotions. Like I just mentioned, the Fountain of Lucine is where all the flowing water in Fontaine converges. Even the tears that fall to the ground will eventually gather here. So maybe what you heard was the intense emotion coming from someone's tears.
So, what did the voice say? If you were hearing their emotions, then Paimon wonders what happened to them.
Rather than worrying about them, we should worry about my brother first. Don't let that calm look of his fool you. He tends to get pretty nervous just before a performance. So chatting with Lenny might help him relax a little before—
Oh, right. That makes sense. Let's go in and see Lenny.
Traveler and Paimon, good to see you. I knew you two would come.
Are you kidding? We wouldn't miss it for the world. We've been looking forward to it.
I can tell, judging by how early you've arrived. But you're actually right on time. The audience still hasn't started entering the venue yet, which means now is the perfect chance for us to take you to the best seats in the house. Wait just a moment, I'll fetch the tickets.
My audio's mute. My audio's mute.
The Opera House has assigned seating, so you always have to make reservations.
Makina John, hi.
I've already reserved your
Hello.
seats, and here are your tickets.
Ooh, front row seats.
I like how I
Thanks,
muted by
Lenny.
accident.
Don't mention it. There's no need to keep thanking me.
I'm doing good, I think. I'm not
Hey,
sure.
Lenny, could you come over here and take a look at this?
Oh, I'll be right there. Seems there's an issue with the stage props over there. That's Cal, my assistant, calling me. I'll go lend him a hand.
Yeah, we'll just go to our seats. You go ahead, Lenny.
Now go take a seat. Yes. It's a lot bigger on the inside than on the outside.
Oh, these should be our seats. Come on, let's sit down.
So echoey. Hmm? Mm-hmm.
Hey, Traveler. Maybe we should strike up a conversation with the person next to us. Since we're sitting together and the rest of the place is practically empty still, it's kinda awkward if we don't say anything.
You're up, Paimon.
Of course you put this on Paimon.
Excuse me, I did not realize you felt awkward. I am terribly sorry. I would be perfectly happy to chat with you if that is what you would like.
Oh, so you heard all of that, did ya? Boy, you sure have good ears. Paimon thought she was keeping her voice down.
You're not.
Wait, that's not it. Paimon's sorry. Paimon's the one who was being rude, talking under her breath like that. So let's talk.
It's getting even more awkward.
Paimon's got it. You're also here early and sitting in the front. Are you a friend of Linny's too?
Mom.
A friend, you say? Well, if Mr. Linney would like to be my friend, I would be more than happy to reciprocate.
Oh, so you're not friends with Linny then? Oh, this is getting more awkward by the second. Paimon nearly forgot to make her introduction. Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. We just arrived in Fontaine.
It is an honor to meet you two. I have
Like,
heard of your deeds across to that. And as required by proper etiquette, I will also introduce myself.
Oh, Monsieur Nervillet. What an honor it is to have you here to see my show.
Ah, Mr. Linney. I should say it is in fact an honor for me to see your performance in person.
Wait, Nervillet? Could he be?
Nervillet. Nervillet.
I saw you all chatting just now,
Still
but
a
it seems
fucking-
you still don't know who Monsieur Nervillet is. Allow me to introduce you to Fontaine's Chief Justice. That seat is always reserved for him. It wouldn't be too much to say that he's the symbol of justice and honesty here in Fontaine.
Whoa! Sorry for being so rude just now. Paimon had no idea you were such an important person.
No offense taken. Being
Ow.
Chief Justice is merely what
This
I do
hurts.
for work. Nearly every person
Now this
has
chair's
their
starting to
usual
hurt.
reserved seat, so I'm not so special, really. And by the way, I should probably let you know, even though I would prefer not to. There's someone sitting up there in the VIP seats that has been striking a pose for quite a while now. I believe she is trying to give you a most elegant and impressive first impression.
She already
So
did.
I think you should take notice of her sooner rather than later. Otherwise, she may become flustered.
She might become flustered. Fucking laugh.
Oh, it's Farina, the Hydro Archon.
Oh, it's very annoying.
She sure has a smug and satisfied look on her face. Guess she has no idea that you saw right through her act.
Very good. That is for the best. No need to pay her
Yes,
any
I
more
am.
attention. We may
Am I
now
not muted,
enjoy
am
the
I?
show.
I am here.
Huh?
I'm not muted, am I?
Is this what things are like between the Chief Justice and the Hydro Archon?
Hello.
All right,
Bum, bum.
please wait just a moment longer.
Bum, 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 bum.
I've pretty much finished my
I
preparations,
am
and
here.
the performance will start as soon as the audience has made their way to their seats.
Yay! The show's
I can see you writing, you know that.
Paimon can hardly wait! Paimon's never seen a real live magic show before!
Hmm. Oh shit.
Oh, they're dimming the lights! The show must be starting! Sorry. Paimon will try to stay quiet.
Welcome, one and all, to the Opera Epiclese. I am the star of today's show, Linny. And over here is my sister, Lynette, who will be working as my wonderful assistant. Please, let's give her a warm welcome.
Hello, everyone.
I know she may seem to be a little sleepy right now, but that's just a sign that she's nervous.
She's really nervous.
Whatever.
Now, some of you may be thinking, two vision holders who can freely manipulate elemental powers performing magic is not true magic at all. So, I would like to take a moment to assure you that elemental powers will have nothing to do with what you will witness on the stage today.
Are you sure about that?
Both Lynette and myself have removed our visions for the show. That way, even the gods won't be able to help us.
Oh, good point. That's what makes the show real magic.
Now, without further
I
ado,
mean, we've
let
seen
the
real
show
magic, but
begin.
okay, whatever.
Lynette will now exit the stage to make some preparations. I know you might miss her, but don't worry. She'll be coming right back on stage momentarily. Perhaps in an unexpected way. I'm sure she'll be stealing the spotlight soon enough. Oh, and before I forget, there's one more thing I should say. You never know what can happen in the blink of an eye. A magician's
And here it
greatest
is, the
skill
cutscene.
is making things disappear or
Ow.
appear.
Ow.
The possibilities
Ow.
are endless.
Now, yes, nothing in that hat.
Huh?
Bird.
But this isn't what you came for. These little tricks, you've seen them all before. So it's time for something truly extraordinary, don't you think? This one's a little tricky.
Bird.
Using this water tank, I shall make my sister vanish completely, right before your very eyes. It's actually quite simple. She'll just turn into air bubbles and float right out of the top. Oh no! I told them to check all the props carefully.
It's part of the
With
act.
lid on, even air can't escape. An amateur magician would be getting very nervous right around now. Luckily, it's me on stage, so let me show you what a true virtuoso can do.
Clothes left behind.
Lynette, are you still there? Don't go too far. We don't want to use up all our magic.
Hi, I'm back.
Uh-huh.
I like how people thought the twins were different. Or a bit different personality, maybe. But no.
Whoa! What in the world just happened? How did he do that? Hyman didn't see him do anything. Wasn't Lynette inside the water tank? How did she disappear and then reappear out of nowhere?
If we could see easily through his tricks, then that would mean that his skills are still lacking. To appreciate magic, you should focus on the show happening on stage, rather than getting caught up in trying to see that which has been intentionally hidden.
Guess you're right.
That is magic. Sleight of hand.
Amazing!
Thank you everyone. I'm glad you enjoyed that performance. But our magical journey has only just begun. I've prepared even more astonishing surprises for everyone here. The magic of transformation and disappearance can go far beyond what you've just seen.
There's a cat flesh inside there.
I'm sure many of you are thinking that escaping the water tank was impressive enough. But Lynette is still my assistant after all, in which case I have ample time to make all necessary preparations. So, for my next trick, I will require the participation of one lucky audience member. Please, if my assistants could bring out the magical boxes now. There are 2 boxes and only 2 boxes. One is here, and one is there in the aisle among the audience. I'm sure many of our clever audience members have already guessed our next magic trick. A swap! Our lucky audience member and I will each enter a magic box. After 1 minute, we will each emerge from the opposite box. Now please, everyone pay very close attention to the box you see here. Don't give me any chance to make a move.
Wow! How's he gonna do this? Hey, do you think this is all magic tricks, or does Lemmy have actual superpowers?
The lucky audience member
Let's wait
will be
and see.
generated by this random number selector. It selects numbers entirely at random. Even I don't know who will be chosen to participate. Now then, let's begin.
The truth is, there's no such thing as a random number.
Let me see. Oh, row 7, seat 3. Congratulations! You now have the chance to experience magic firsthand for an entire minute. Please, come forward. My assistant will take you beside the magic box. I'm sorry, it might be a little cramped inside, but no need to feel nervous. We've carefully arranged everything for you to be as comfortable as possible. You don't need to do anything, but no matter what strange things may happen, don't come out of the box. If the magic is interrupted, who knows where you might end up? You might even find yourself in the Fortress of Meripede.
Oh, okay.
All right. Before I enter the magic box, there is one more thing I need to ask
It's almost
the
2 hours,
audience to
goddamn.
do.
So
Could
long.
you all give me a countdown?
Might have to do this tomorrow.
Like this. 60, 59, 58. Just keep counting down. You can go a little faster or slower if you like. I won't be able to see anything in the pitch black box, so I'll be relying on your voices to know when time is up. Oh, and no tricks now. If you quickly count from 60 in just 30 seconds, then I'll be in a tough spot.
Ooh, Paimon kinda wants to count faster after hearing him say that.
No, that won't do. I can see it in your eyes. You still can't be trusted. Let's practice together. Come on, repeat after me. 60, 59, 58.
60, 59, 58.
That's right, perfect. Keep it going. All right, I'll see you all on the other side once you've finished counting.
54, 53, 52? Why aren't you counting, Nervalet?
I am counting in my head. I think things are exciting enough in here as it is. Merely a consequence of my identity and personality. Do not worry about me. Just enjoy the show.
Oh, all right. You look so serious that Paimon thought you might be feeling uncomfortable or something. 40, 39, 38!
Mr. Linney, are you all right in there? Is everything ready?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm just double-checking the direction of the magic. It would be a disaster if we get sent to the wrong places. For example, midair right above the audience.
Even though he's saying that, Lenny doesn't seem nervous at all. What was that noise? Did you hear it too? Not sure. Anyway, it doesn't seem like anyone's worried about it.
25, 24, 23! What's wrong, Mr. Linney? I can still hear you moving in there.
I seem to have accidentally knocked over a decoration. I'm trying to fix it, but it's pitch black in here. I can't tell left from right.
Never mind the decorations. There's no time for that. The show is what's important.
No, that's unacceptable. I want my
No,
show
that's
to be
unacceptable.
perfect. Don't worry, we still
Fucking
have 20
lemongrad, I
seconds.
can only listen
Hear
to
them
that.
Counting?
19, 18, 17.
It seems things aren't quite going as... It feels like you're all starting to count faster, but that's all right. I know it can be tiring to do such a long countdown. 10 seconds and change is still plenty of time.
10 seconds and change.
Almost there now. Whew. Swapping two people is harder work than you might think. Even a master magician like me can't guarantee I'll get it right the first time. Hey, wait, is this the back one? I can't tell, they both look the same inside. Huh? No, that's not it. I'll try again.
7.
Hey, slow down! Honestly!
5.
Yeah, that's part of the 4.
Whoops! That doesn't count!
Yeah, it's part of the act.
Ta-da!
And... oh. Something went wrong there.
What happened?
Yeah, something went wrong there. A failed magic show.
Is this part of the show? Mr. Lenny, you're going to use magic to fix the stage now, right?
What happened?
Oh no. Maybe this isn't part of the show. The girl was still in that box, right?
This performance is over. Medical staff with me. Guards, secure the scene and detain all the performers. Seal the exits! No one is allowed in or out at this time.
Yes, that's right. If this was just an accident, then we must investigate the cause. But if this was all part of some scheme, then those accountable will not escape the judgment of the God of Justice.
No need to be alarmed, you two. We'll get to the bottom of this soon enough.
Fucking someone spoiled it.
Unfortunately, the person who is in the magic box has been pronounced dead. His name was Cowell, one of the assistants in Linny's magic troupe. Apparently, the fireworks on stage ignited the ropes that were suspending the water tank, which then caused the tank to fall onto the stage. As of now, we're still not sure why we found Cowell in the box, rather than the guest from the audience. And after an initial search of the area, the guards have confirmed that the girl is nowhere to be found. It appears that this incident was not merely some mishap with the performance, and there are many indications that it is connected with the case of the serial disappearances of young women.
The serial disappearances case?
That's the case that Charlotte mentioned before.
And to pull it off like this.
I know the truth. I can see through the whole thing. Really, using such a shallow and obvious mystery as his finale. Did he really underestimate us that badly? I say that our powerful magician, Mr. Linny, is now the prime suspect for the serial disappearances case.
Huh?
Well, that
Why
is.
me? This whole thing was an accident.
No, this all occurred during your magic show, did it not? The missing girl disappeared after being chosen, did she not? The deceased is one of your assistants, is he not? Now that I think about it, that whole speech about magicians making things disappear was nothing more than a provocation, a bald-faced challenge.
That can't be right. How can Linny do this? He was in the box on the stage the entire time. We can even hear his voice. Besides, before the show, he told us that he would like to catch the criminal behind the disappearances. He couldn't possibly mean catching himself.
Save discussion for a later time, please. Lady Farina, may I assume that your comments just now constitute an accusation against Mr. Linny and his associates, and that you are pressing charges?
Huh? I just think that he...
She's like, damn it.
I think it might be a little early to talk about formally pressing charges.
But what Lady Farina said just now makes perfect sense. Looks like she's gonna personally deliver justice.
A kidnapping and murder carried out under the cover of a magic show. Lady Farina said it all.
I mean, of course, my dear people.
Yeah, her big mouth got her.
But what excites me even more than the
Got her a
obvious
bit too
truth
much
before
into
our
this.
eyes is the opponent I'll be facing. That's right. I mean you, Traveler. You'll support Linny, won't you? After all, he was the one who helped you the first time we met.
Yeah, I might
Then
trust him a
there's
bit.
no problem at all. You know, the Traveler and I already had a duel the first time we met. But with Linny's help, our little duel ended in a draw. But draws really are the most boring
She has such a big mouth.
possible outcome.
Like, just be quiet for once.
Between the two of us, there must be a clear winner and loser. And what better place to hold such a riveting showdown and decide the true victor than here, on the grandest of stages, the Opera Epiclese.
It wasn't a draw. She obviously lost last time.
I understand. Charges have now been pressed, and as such, a trial is in order. Well, Traveler, seems Lady Farina has set you in her sights. But putting her dramatic rhetoric aside for a moment, I would like to ask you, are you willing to act as Mr. Linny's attorney and defend him in this case?
Yes.
Very well. The trial will be held a day from now in the Opera House. Both sides may investigate the scene to build their cases and search for the truth.
Like, that person's dead. He's dead.
Linny and his troupe are all potential
In
suspects
reality, that
and shall
metal
remain within the
cage
Opera
would have
House.
crushed
audience may
literally
begin to
every
leave
single
in an
bone in
orderly
that person's
fashion
body,
once they
head,
have been
body,
cleared by the
everything.
guards.
A day
And a
isn't
splatter
that
of blood will
long.
be everywhere.
Let's see what kind of
Mixed
case
in with
this
the water.
big shot outlander can build in such a short amount of time. I'm really quite looking forward to hearing it.
I still hate Friana. That's just the way she's acting all bratty and overconfident.
Lenny!
Sorry about everything that happened just now. Were you frightened?
Of course! Who wouldn't be scared after witnessing an accident like that?
Traveler, no, I seen it every day.
Yeah, I'm a little shaken up myself. How could this happen? And poor Cal. I know you already claimed that you would defend me, but now it's just us talking. Tell me, do you think I could possibly be the murderer?
Hard to say. No.
Good to hear. Thank you so much for trusting me. I'm sure everyone sees me as the biggest suspect at this point. But, if you ask me, the whole thing is mysteries layered upon mysteries, such that all that's left is confusion. I don't know whether what happened there on the stage was purely an accident or not. And I don't know why poor Cal was in the box. As for how that girl chosen from the audience could suddenly disappear, I'm afraid I don't have any answers either. If someone tampered with my performance, then we need to figure out what they did. Even a skilled and knowledgeable magician like myself couldn't pull all that off in just 1 minute.
Which is precisely why we need to investigate! As this book says, the impossible could not have happened. Whatever happened must have been that which is possible.
Where did those glasses come from?
Paimon bought them when we were reading at the bookshop in the city earlier. Pretty cool, huh? Don't worry, Paimon used her own savings to buy them. It wasn't from our travel funds.
I think they look cute on you, Paimon.
You have good taste, Lynette.
That's the right attitude. Feeling depressed isn't going to help me now. I need to get back to my normal self, but with the guards watching our every move, it's going to be especially difficult for Lynette and I to prove our own innocence. Good thing you agreed to be our attorneys. Thanks for that. We'll be counting on you.
Yes, thank you so much.
I'm used to this sort of thing.
Just leave it to us. Oh, since we're going to start investigating, Paimon has a question first. Where did Lynette go during the performance?
Ah, well, I'm afraid that would involve some of our essential trade secrets as magicians.
The secrets behind our magic are past saving, Linny.
Yeah, they're past saving right
I
now.
suppose you're right. The truth behind our tricks is going to be important evidence that will be weighted during the trial. 'Tis truly a pity. As a magician, our magic show is a work of art. We've poured countless hours and spared no effort in perfecting it. But if revealing our secrets will help you uncover the truth behind what happened, then it will be well worth it. We should go somewhere else if we're going to discuss our magic tricks. We'll go speak with the guards, and in the meantime, you can go investigate the stage and the seating areas.
Alright, let's go have a look while the investigation teams are still here. Detective Paimon is on the case!
Fucking she's on the case.
Hello, officer. How's the investigation going?
I see. You must be the traveler that Lady Farina mentioned. Listen, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I'd avoid getting mixed up in this whirlpool of a mess if I were you.
Huh? What do you mean?
Come with me and you'll see. The deceased is one of Linny's assistants named Cal. Even though he hadn't joined the troupe long, he was hardworking and everyone generally liked him. The assistants are usually in charge of setting up and inspecting the props, as well as
He
assisting with
wouldn't
the
have
show
survived
and
that
keeping the
crash.
crowd
Like his
engaged.
bodies and everything would have
As
been
you probably
splattered
saw
everywhere.
when
His
you were in
brains,
the audience,
his blood,
the water
organs.
tank suddenly fell and smashed the box with Cowl inside it. This is the real mystery. We've already searched the scene and were unable to find any traces of the girl. However, if you look carefully, the box was positioned directly under the water tank. The ropes holding the tank were then burned by the pyrotechnics on stage, causing them to snap. All these factors lining up so perfectly makes it hard to see this as a mere accident. If anything, the more logical explanation is that the whole incident was intentionally planned, and Linny is the most likely person to have access to all these areas.
But he doesn't have a motive.
So is someone in his troop.
Are you both good friends of his?
Well, you can't say we're good friends, but we've known each other for a little while.
So in just a short time, he was not only able to win your trust, but even convince you to act as his attorneys. I know there's no such thing as magic. The real trick of a magician is holding the audience in the palm of their hand. I've seen a lot of cases, and I can tell you that people are the least reliable kind of evidence. Sorry, I tend to be pretty straightforward. Just know that I'm warning you for your own good. Anyway,
No, you're
you will
not.
investigate the scene of the crime yourselves if you're curious. Who knows, maybe you'll be able to come up with some new evidence.
But use the perception skill to find out clues that can be investigated with certain radius around yourself. This evidence overall progress. Great evidence report, deceased identity. I mean, the first thing to look at is actually the seat of where the girl is. Like, wasn't he here? Okay, I guess not that, but whatever. How did he do it? Let me get up there. Why doesn't it let me get up there?
Hello there. What are you investigating?
Oh, this location has also been cordoned off because the Magic Troop members are currently considered prime suspects. The investigation team is still collecting evidence. The seats were all booked in advance, so we were able to deduce the missing woman's identity by checking the guest list. Sure, it's not like this is confidential information. We will publish it later anyway when we petition the public to help us find the missing person. Her name is Halsey. She's a painter from Fontaine who's made a bit of a name for herself. Apparently, she wasn't a regular at the Opera House, but she'd been feeling some pressure with her work lately, which made her decide to come see the magic show. The Magic Troop members all claim not to know her. We have looked into her social connections. It seems that she has no personal grievances or conflicts of interest with the suspects. Simply put, she wasn't related to the Magic Troop at all, which matches the features of the previous serial disappearances.
Were the victims of previous cases also chosen at random?
That's how it seems to us, in any case. Apart from the fact that they were all young women of around the same age range, there really weren't any other connections between them.
Well, she was a painter, weren't the others like?
No need to be so formal. If you do happen to see the missing girl, please be sure to contact us. It is of utmost importance that we get to the bottom of these disappearances.
And then there's her, the missing woman. I'm pretty sure they were taken to their skill or something. Fucking having to walk around to find clues.
Whoever the...
Hey, you! Yes, both of you! Over here! I've been keeping an eye on you for a while now.
You mean us?
Huh?
That's right. If I'm not mistaken, you're also among those who wish to cut down the thorns and pursue the truth. No? And by the looks of it, you're not from Fontaine.
Well, you're right on the more about that one, but who are you?
Have you never heard of the Spina di Rosula? From mediating disputes and providing protection to solving conundrums, you name it, Spina di Rosula does it. And I, Navia, have the honor of being its renowned president.
I mean, she is really pretty.
Though those who play by our rules call me boss.
I'm Silver, her attendant. Pleased to meet you.
And I'm Melus. Demoiselle's various daily needs and affairs are under my purview.
Huh? Boss? Demoiselle? What gives with the names?
Well, I am the second generation president. Malus and the others are still used to my previous title.
My apologies, Demoiselle. Should you prefer, boss, I will endeavor to use that instead.
No, no need. You don't have to call me boss. Just Navia is fine.
Okay, if you say so. Not that we're members of Spina di Rasula anyway.
Spina di Rasula.
All merely trifling details. Never mind. Now, back to the situation at hand. That's right. I've always kept an eye on the serial disappearance cases. My interest stems from
Her design
a matter
is
back
quite
from
nice,
my
too.
father's time. Judging from the look of things, I find Linny an unlikely mastermind.
Really? We think so too. That's why we're looking for clues now. But how did you come to that conclusion?
Intuition, naturally. My unparalleled intuition. Farina sure was
Okay.
quick to point the finger at Linny without any decisive evidence whatsoever, wasn't she? But that's not uncommon for her. If you remember, the justice had to interrupt her and ask if she was pressing charges just to keep her from getting carried away. Anyway, a trial begins the moment someone levels charges. And, of course, there was no way Farina was going to back down in that situation.
Sounds more like you just don't trust the Hydroarchon.
Well, what's your opinion? I must admit that she can be interesting at times, but liking her doesn't mean that I'll blindly agree with her. All right, I've answered your question. Now, it's time you answer mine.
Wait a minute, did that answer count?
Well, I say it does. But don't worry, you won't hear any pointless questions from me. In your opinion, do you think it's right to treat a trial like it's an opera?
No.
Well?
Not
And
always.
why would that be?
Something serious like a trial shouldn't be treated as entertainment.
See, Silver and Malus? I told you they'd be different.
Most astute of you, Demoiselle. I too think that the Traveler's response was most excellent. No matter how wonderful the script or how fervent the audience's expectations may be, the trials that go on stage here must be based in fact. And if that can be done, boss, then...
All right, that's quite enough, Malus. Anyway, I like your answer. You passed with flying colors. Now,
Pass
I need
what?
to make some preparations, following which our joint investigation shall commence. You two shall be my assistants.
Wait! Since when did we become assistants?
Hmm? Oh, well, I can be the assistant, sure. Or your companion, if you like. I'm really not that fussy.
That's more like it.
I think you're missing the point.
Far be it from me to brag, but I believe that Demoiselle's intuition will be instrumental in uncovering the truth.
And that's why she almost fell off a fucking bridge.
You wish to save a friend from false accusations, and we wish to unravel the disappearances. In this sense, our goals are aligned.
You have a point. Huh. You're quite the talker, aren't you, mister? And what about you over there? What do you think? You seem like you've got something on your mind.
I have nothing to add.
Oh,
Alrighty then.
We'll be making some preparations first.
He could be the culprit, though.
Be sure to let us
If
know if
anything.
they start revealing Lenny's tricks.
No, Lenny will reveal the tricks to us because that's what we fucking need.
Sorry, but no one can freely enter or exit the Opera House at the moment. If you wish to leave, you must register your identity with us first.
No, we're not leaving. We're representing Linny and Lynette as attorneys, so were you always guarding this entrance?
Yes, after the Chief Justice gave the order, everyone coming in or out
The
must
mouth
undergo a strict
looks weird.
inspection. So, the missing girl couldn't have left from here. At least, not from that point on. I doubt there was much opportunity then, either.
How can you be so sure?
Well, because I was in charge of security near the entrance at that time. I couldn't see Linny's performance from here, which was quite a shame. Just my luck. But still, I did not abandon my post, and I stayed put no matter how loud the applause was. If someone had so much as even approached the door, I would have noticed it, let alone if they had tried to leave. We Melazines are good at that sort of thing, you know.
Melazines?
So, it's safe to say the girl couldn't have left through here. Alright, thank you for your help. This'll be useful info.
Entrance and exits. Yeah, I'm still pretty sure the something to do for Tui, something. Something or other. For Tui, something or other.
I see that you're investigating the area. Well, it just so happens that I'm interested too. If you find any new and interesting leads, be sure to share them with me, alright?
We don't have too many thoughts yet.
Then why don't I tell you my hypothesis first? The way I see it. It all started with that loud thud.
Yeah. That thud
You
happened.
mean the sound that happened during the countdown?
Yes, exactly. It wasn't terribly loud, but I suspect that most people heard it. It's just that everyone was awaiting the results of Linny's trick with bated breath, so no one paid it much mind. But now that the incident has happened, the thud has become an important clue.
That makes sense. So, what do you make of it?
I'm of the opinion that it may have been the sound of Linny's accomplice. Lynette, perhaps. Jumping atop the water tank, or something like that. And when the pyrotechnics went off, she cut the rope, sending the water tank crashing down.
But wasn't the noise we heard too loud for that?
Perhaps the balance wasn't right, leading to a
Then
particularly
wouldn't the
rough
water tank
landing.
have started to swing a bit in that case?
Oh, that's true. I suppose
The thud could
I
be
must
the bottom
reconsider.
of the box getting removed, and the girl going missing there.
What was with that sound?
I'm pretty sure it's that. If you could find something underneath the box, meaning like a trap door, then that could be it. The trap door was activated far too soon. Switched with this trapdoor, forcing what's his face in there, and as they switched, well, then they dropped it.
Go ahead, have a look around.
Okay, I'm literally trying to. Investigate the rope.
So this is the rope that broke and caused the water tank to fall. The rope looks pretty durable. How can it be burned through so quickly by fireworks? Why are you suddenly so serious, Traveler?
Just look where the rope snapped.
Whoa. Look! This bit is made from different material! Most of it was burned away, but there's still a little bit of it left.
Like type of flash
So
cotton.
if a rope meant to hold something was made with that kind of material in it, then that means... Wait, why don't you write all this down?
And take notes. That rope was made to be snapped. That's the thing.
Whoever...
Hello. Talk with them. Both of
The
them.
investigation team has some new findings. Turns out there's an issue with the random number selector after all.
Yeah, I knew it wasn't
See,
random.
I told you. What if the machine picked some big guy's seat? You think the murderer would have still made his move then?
Sorry to interrupt, but we're helping Linny and Lynette with their side of the investigation. What were you saying?
You're trying to help them? That'll be a tall order.
Lenny used the machine to pick a random member of the audience during his performance, right? The lucky girl that later disappeared. Well, we thought there might be a serious problem with the machine, so we had it taken away for further inspection.
It turns out that the seat number it picked wasn't random at all. The machine picks that same number every time. I'm sure you already know that you have to make a reservation in advance to get a seat, regardless of whether it's a trial or some performance. In other words, Linny knew who would be sitting where from the very beginning.
That much checks out. Linny reserved our seats for us, too.
Bet you see why I was saying it'd be tough to make a case for Linny.
Ain't sorry about it, you.
Even though it's bad for Linny's case, Paimon had better write it down. We've checked everything of note here at the performance venue. Paimon wonders how Linny's discussion with the guards is going. Let's go see, shall we? Ooh, things are getting interesting, huh? We're about to see how magic is made.
Understood. Then I will be going with you. Just so you're aware, I will be monitoring your actions and making notes as necessary.
Very good. Thanks for being so agreeable. I'd pull a rose out of my hat as a gift for you if I could.
You may spare the pleasantries. I'm just doing my job.
You've arrived. Who's this?
Me? I'm Spina di Rosula's guardian angel. If you've got a problem, I've got the firepower. Sorry, I got a little carried away there. Call me Navia. I'm a partner of theirs, and will be helping investigate this whole situation. And these are my companions. Would you mind if they join as well?
Fine by me.
Oh, new helpers? I would be most grateful.
Well, let's just say we're tagging along.
I'm pretty sure Lenny
you
is
get to
kind
see
of
the
part of
secrets
this,
behind
but
magic
mostly
performed on
manipulated
such a
by,
large
of course,
scale.
Fatui.
I appreciate your kind interest. Come with me. We'll be heading below stage.
Huh? Below stage?
Yes, a world of secrets is hidden beneath this magic box, prepared specifically for this switcheroo trick. But before I reveal everything, you should have a look first. Notice anything strange here? I'm not trying to be dramatic. Remembering the details of a trick will help you understand the methods used to perform it more easily.
Huh. Weren't there balloons and other decorations here? Where did...
Ah, good eye. That said, you're still far from discovering the answer.
The back of the door isn't the same.
The back? You mean the inside of the door? What's different about it? Paimon didn't notice anything.
Very good indeed. I thought you might not be able to catch that, given that you were sitting in the first row. The back of this door was patterned. Those patterns are now gone, replaced by a smooth wooden board. So, if you put 2 and 2 together, what do you get? Exactly.
Not a box
All
inside.
right, let's go. I'll tell you how it works as we head down.
That thud is when they pulled another door and then forced the companion, the worker inside the other one, and then snap, frame it all in Lenny.
I knew you'd figure out most of it as soon as you saw this place. The 2 magic boxes are positioned right above the 2 entrances of the tunnel. See this flatbed trolley? The box with the lucky audience member in it would be shuttled over to the other side using the trolley.
This trolley can raise and lower and even rotate, ensuring that the box will face in the right direction.
I see. So that's the purpose of the box inside another box.
Precisely. The inner box would descend after the audience member was put inside and be moved along the trolley, all while the outer box would remain on stage as if nothing had ever changed.
So that's how you did it!
Once the box was lowered, the trolley would store some energy through this device here, with which it would complete the rest of the steps. The audience member would only be able to feel some slight movements in the dark, and by the time she walked out, she would already be back on stage.
Right! You were talking that whole time, and you even came out for a moment near the end.
Ah, yes. A phonograph operated by Lynette was used to achieve that effect. My assistant and I had already scripted our conversation beforehand. When the countdown began, I had already gone to the opposite box via a tunnel using that ladder.
And what about Lynette? Where was she?
I was in the mezzanine space in the back of the box.
Oh, interesting!
That's how we were able to coordinate Linny's lines with the assistant. And, by the way, I was the one who walked out of the box at the end.
I mean, we are twins. All it takes is a change of clothes and no one can tell who's who. And that's my favorite part of this trick. Only Lynette and I can perform it.
So that's how it all worked! Wow, every detail you revealed was more amazing than the last!
Lynette would briefly walk out of the box and then go back in, jumping into the tunnel and escaping before the box on the trolley could finish ascending. And then I walk out of the other box in the audience area, and the trick would be complete. The operative word here being would. But as you saw, Cal was in the box, not our audience member. She, on the other hand, mysteriously vanished.
We really don't know how that happened.
If not for that interlude, this would have been an astonishing trick. I probably never would have figured out how you pulled it off. And yet, to think that someone was able to use this magic trick to commit a crime. Could we have a look around? I think we can come up with some more leads.
This is the scene of the crime, so Linny and Lynette are not permitted to stay here. I'll escort them back up.
Yes, of course. No need to be so strict now. I won't disappear into thin air, you know.
Thanks, everyone. We're counting on you.
What's this?
Looks like a hook tied to the end of a rope. Huh? There's all kinds of odds and ends here.
Perhaps it was a prop for a different trick. But why would it have been left here?
Whatever it is, let's make a note of it first.
The floor is wet. Please be careful not to slip.
Speaking of which, why would there be water here?
Oh, Paimon knows! It's one of those tricks where you... And here's a broken vase. Huh. Did the trolley knock it down while moving?
That can't be. The trolley moves along tracks from start to finish. It couldn't have hit the vase at this distance.
Let's note this down too and...
Oh, these are the clothes that the lady chosen from the audience was wearing, right? Her clothes are here, but she's nowhere to be found.
Right. And do you really need to do that if you're kidnapping them? Ugh, this is so confusing. Paimon doesn't want to be a detective anymore. What is this place?
It seems someone could fit through here.
Huh. Could this have been the suspect's escape route?
Alone, perhaps. But if they had to pull another person with them, this space would be too narrow.
But there are no other ways in or out of here. Oh, you're right! Let Paimon write that down. Seems we're just about done investigating down here.
Yes. Let's head back up. Well, we've ascertained the state of the crime scene. Let's find a place to sort out our findings once Malus returns. It seems to me that there are several things that don't add up here.
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle.
So, what did the guards say? Did the criminal escape through the vent?
They believe the odds of that are very low, since the vent leads to the Opera House's basement. The guards have checked the area carefully. No one left through the basement during the performance or after the incident, and no one was found hiding there.
So the tunnels become like a secret chamber then. You know, like the kind you usually see in novels.
The plot thickens. Halsey's disappearance and Cowell's death are both quite inexplicable. No wonder Farina was so confident in her accusation. All the current evidence points toward Linny and Lynette.
In other words, the charges are very likely to be upheld unless we make some considerable progress.
Charges and then trial. So if the charges are upheld, they'll announce a sentence?
That's right. This is how a trial goes in the Opera House. During the proceedings, the Chief Justice and the Oratrice will hear statements from both sides. That's right. This is how indemnitium is produced. The statements from both sides, the defenses from attorneys, witness testimonies, and even the audience's emotions will all be projected on the Oratrice. To put it simply, it's as if the Oratrice has its own will, and is a judge in its own right.
This also precludes any kind of favoritism on the part of the Chief Justice. And not that this has ever happened anyway.
Once both sides have finished speaking, the Chief Justice will make his final decision. This, too, will be used by the Oratrice as a reference. Then, finally, the Oratrice will be consulted by officials. The result it returns is the will of justice itself.
Huh? So that machine is the one that actually decides? Paimon thought Neuvillette called the shots.
In practice, there is very little difference. Both have always come to the same judgment. Which is why people have great faith in the Chief Justice. Ah, yes, the guards also asked me to convey that none of us will be allowed to leave this place before the trial.
Huh? Why?
Because we've chosen to act as the twins' proxies. That makes us persons related to the case.
They're concerned that we might be colluding with outside parties, or that we might find outside help to disrupt the case. And even if that were not so, it could prove problematic if we happen to spread key information about the case ahead of time.
I'm ready to break out at any time.
Whoa! There's no need for that! Paimon thinks they have a point. That said, are they providing food?
Of course. I just hope you don't mind the lack of options. I'm afraid that catering to all tastes is not in the cards, nor is any guarantee of balanced nutrition.
In that case, let's just sort out our findings together here. Pity. I was hoping to take you to try some of Fontaine's famous desserts, too. I mean, what better way to properly think through our findings than over some tea and sweets?
Huh. Breaking out suddenly doesn't seem like such a bad idea after all. Just kidding! Paimon will still do her best, even if there are no snacks.
What do you mean, no snacks? Of course we'll have snacks. If we cannot buy some, then we'll simply make some.
Huh? Here? But how?
Understood, demoiselle. Everyone, please come with me.
Wait, you're carrying a portable stove with you?
Yes, I must be prepared to meet the demoiselle's baking needs whenever the fancy strikes her.
I have eggs, sugar, and almonds at the ready.
Good work, you two. then I'll get to it. Please sit tight for a moment. You'll get to taste my awesome snack soon enough.
These three are quite the interesting group. And Paimon thought it smelled good while it was still in the oven. Oh, it's even better now. Paimon can't stop drooling. From the way you had these two guys carrying all that stuff around, Paimon thought you'd have them do more during the baking process. But you ended up doing the entire thing by yourself. Beating the egg whites, grinding almonds, everything.
I was applauding.
And I was giving encouraging smiles.
Paimon was just thinking. Aren't you worried about getting your fancy dress dirty, beating egg whites and baking like this?
Well, I don't think it's carved in stone anywhere that fancy ladies can only read books, sip tea, ride horses, and play the piano. I just really enjoy making snacks. Don't underestimate beating egg whites, by the way. It's a real arm workout. You also need to beat them to just the right consistency, or your macarons will crack. Anyway, give these a try, fresh out of the oven. There's 3 for each of us.
Only 3?
Well, eating too many sweet treats might send all that sugar to your head. You wouldn't be able to think clearly about the case on a sugar rush, would you?
Tea is ready to be served as well. This is Demoiselle's favorite, strong black tea with a floral fragrance that clears the mind and lifts the spirit. No need for concern. I'm merely doing as I should.
All right then. Down to business. As Paimon mentioned previously, the tunnel seems to be something of a secret chamber. However, we can assume that Linny and Lynette were not alone within it. Some criminal also occupied its sealed confines. The magician twins could have committed the crimes, of course, but they lack any logical motive.
Exactly! Why would they do such a thing right when everyone was watching?
The flower vase and the thud we heard during the performance could indicate some altercation between Halsey and the criminal in the tunnel, resulting in the shattering of the vase, the discarding of her clothes, and her abduction. Perhaps the criminal thought that since she was chosen from the crowd, she would be too easy to identify if she was still wearing the same clothes.
Paimon thinks that makes sense, but the real trouble is...
True. None of the clues we found thus far support the existence of this third person. But the only people left to consider are both technically victims, whether it's the missing girl, Halsey, or poor Cowell.
Huh. Could Halsey have secretly made modifications to the magic props in order to murder Cowell before making her escape?
That's right. And even if she had tampered with the setup, she would need to understand the entire trick to pull it off. Nor does she have any motive. The guard said that she has never had any dealings with the magic troop's members.
Were we not thorough enough in our search? From the sound of things, this is turning into an impossible case. Your macarons are amazing though, Navia. They smell great! They're nice and crisp and super sweet!
They are my specialty after all. And...
What? 5? Oh, that can't be right! Paimon only counted 3! Honest!
Please don't worry about it. At my age, a few less sweets might actually be a good thing.
No! Being greedy is one thing, but Paimon knows how to count. Besides, Paimon knows that if she ate too many, then others wouldn't have enough. Wait, even you don't believe Paimon? How could you? If Paimon ate those 2 extra macarons, then may they turn into stone in her...
All right, we get it. Well, I suppose one of us might have gotten too engrossed in our chat and eaten them by mistake. No big deal. Lelouch, set up the stove again, if you would.
Huh? What are you doing?
Making sure everyone gets 3 macarons, of course.
Exactly. We don't want to trouble you.
As you wish, Demoiselle.
And I have the egg, sugar, and almonds.
Well, this really is your hobby, huh?
Well, that's it for snack time. I'm going to have another look around the area. I don't know know what we're looking for yet, but we've still got some time. As attorneys, I suggest the two of you think the case over again.
It would be awkward if you got all tongue-tied on stage during the trial.
Alright, thanks for your help, and for the snacks.
It was nothing. A small task for the Spina di Rosula. Silver, Malus, it's time to go. I'll be back if I find anything new.
Alright, it's time to put our heads together. We've got to get our defense ready for the trial. Oh, it's probably gonna be a lot...